Ah, oh, you hear YouTube? A-Fed is here. Have no fear. Yeah. Oh, I'm having a great time. They call me One Punch Fed, aka 190, aka y'all know what it is, aka we here, aka Moon Watcher, aka YouTube into the street fed. We here, living life, no fear. I got the notification, hey Fed, you going live. That's a whole fact. One Punch Fan in the building. We got the comment on. Say what you need to say and say what you mean when you say what you say. So we hear what you say. I'm just letting you know. I'm on a drive today. What gear you in? The gear you can't see. So hopefully I'm not running into a lot of traffic right now. I don't know. I don't really care. We're here. I'm here with the streets. I know they've been here on a Friday night. They like to get the menu on. Okay. What's an A-Fed's menu? We don't know. Vegetables. Shit like that. Stuff like that. I know where we at. Leaving Rancho Cucamonga. I'm here every Friday. How ironic. Small world, right? Small world indeed, A-Fan. Wow, you're running around Rancho almost every Friday night. That's a whole fact. Thought I was in LA too. Yeah, I'm in LA every weekend. Cause you know, she be needing a fan and color. He'd be like, oh yeah. But everybody knows they tuned in. Ah, I'm officially up there, folks. Yeah. One Punch Fan. We're in there with the prophets, the infamous, the Frokus. You know, they do a live and nobody's there. Hey, hey, fan, welcome to the club. Hey, fan, salute. Used to have a whole lot of people holding me down, but now they said, spread your wings, tackle the world yourself. I looked at myself. I said, let's go, self. Self said, you ready? I said, you already know. And I had to reevaluate. Was I ready? I took a look in the mirror. I said, hey, man, in the mirror, what you looking back at? So I know what you're thinking. Sometimes we be thinking same thing. They said, you're going to pick a fight. Yeah, I am. against Crawford and Canelo. Yeah, I'm gonna pick a fight against them. Yeah, I mean, see who's gonna win. But that's later on in the show. Stick around. Oh, but we here. What are you doing here? Talking to myself. Respectfully. See the whole Jones and Head Ice debacle. Out of all the street, never mind. Everybody wants street battlers and street bars. Yeah, I mean, but we ain't get no street talk, never mind. Angie again. Salute. Taking a ride home. Pause. Leaving this area, driving in other areas, could take like an hour. I seen the final weigh in, Angie, against Saul versus Terrence. I'm excited. Terrence is looking strong and healthy. That's the main focus of the talk. I'm not sure if you're following boxing. I like boxing talk. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta clear your thoughts. Especially when there's a whole lot going down the streets. You know what I'm saying? Got a whole lot of workout in this week. 20 miles. I seen no, not the fight. I seen the I think it was the final weigh in tonight. I think they had the final weigh in. But I think that's on Netflix. Netflix. I wasn't I seen the highlights from YouTube, that's why. So I've been listening. Well, I mean, I want to say I've really been listening because Andre Ward, this can get real nerd talk in a minute, real quick. Kind of wanted to address a few comments for people making the comments at this tonight. They had not sure if you follow any virtual battle rap, Angie, but there was a channel tonight. They were bringing up A Fan again. It's like a few nights ago they had me up there at the top 10 worst virtual battlers. You know what I mean? And they were up there tonight talking slick. You know what I mean? So I thought I just slick talk back. You know what I mean? They were going at a fellow B4B member, Danksta. She was in the chat on this afternoon. We got it's like an internet group going on. You know what I mean? When you find good people, you try to stick around good people. I know a few people from. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. That's right. Yeah, yeah. You're definitely like socializing for sure. Yeah, Thanks is dope. Thanks is dope. She's a female battler. So they were just they're busting balls, really. They're just busting balls. I'm not mad at it though, really. People got their favorite battlers. So just trying to fix this phone so it doesn't move. Stop moving, phone. I can't see the chat like that. Oh yeah, look, I'll show you. I don't think you were in here earlier. Yeah. Driving along safely. You know what I mean? Of course. Yeah. Yeah, I got a road trip basically home right now. If you know, you know, kind of thing. The 91's crazy out here. You know what I mean? Shout out Cali, though. I ain't complaining. I'm not complaining. Everybody got the areas of traffic. So, real quick, just to make a comment where someone made a comment at tonight. Angie Baby's in the building. Salute. I appreciate you stopping through. Uh, there were people saying hip hop always had sampling. Yeah, when it was done right, it was done correct. But you know who's gonna need to come correct? Pause. Crawford, right? Moving up in weight class. I'm not sure who y'all got for the fight. If you're watching the fight, but yeah, I give you predictions. There's no wrong answer really. I like Canelo. He's sponsored by him. Whatever. I don't, he could ride horses. I'm going for him. Kind of thing. I get it. Yeah, I mean Crawford, very technical fighter, counter counter puncher. You know, has a very high IQ for boxing. Who was it? I don't know. Fair enough. You got a Terrence Crawford, Midwest American, versus a Mexican fighter, Saul Canelo Alvarez. What's significant about this fight is boxing is built on weight classes. That's the main area of boxing. And hit and not to get hit, of course. But it's weight classes. It's really what breaks the divisions up. That's why we have there's different belt classes and stuff. So it's rare, even for the pros, to be going up in weight classes for high level fights. Uh, it's rare. You know, not all fighters, but a strong theme of fighters is basically you find where your comfortable weights at, and then if it benefits you, see how much weight you could theoretically lose and still maintain power and muscle, um, which inevitably means cutting weight. If I naturally walk around at 190, maybe I can cut 20 pounds before a fight and fight at 170. So it benefits a fighter more to, if they're already heavy, to lose the weight and fight in that weight class than it is to add pounds after you've already conquered a division, kind of thing, a weight division. So it's just dope. It's a dope match. There's more technical things that were going down in the field of boxing. Uh, that talk would be about like boxing ownership right now. You know, uh, so for this live, I did invite a couple people. I think they're busy. It's Friday night. Yeah, it's Friday night. I get it. I was hoping they would stop through, so that was the plan tonight too. I thought maybe I could get a couple people I knew because it was the boxing talk, but I was interested to hear what they had to say. There's been a plethora of commentators or boxers that are calling the fight. You got a Hall of Famer Andre Ward as a YouTube channel. I like watching his stuff. It's called The Art of Ward. It's clever, play on words. War and Ward. Let's go. So he did a breakdown analysis. I didn't watch it though. So his approach for the predictions really smart. And then I seen Sean Porter's prediction take thumbnail today. I didn't click the video though. So it's good to hear the pros opinions coming out for the fight. Yeah, I think when it comes to the fight, I think it's favorited for Canelo. Was be honest, you know what I mean? It's favorited. I don't run the numbers. So don't put me at the. Well, what are the betting odds? I don't bet for the fights. Anyways, what gives it the edge is, Canelo's mastered the division. Technically, he unified the division a few years back. That was the fight he had with my boy Caleb Plant. So when he took the belt that night, technical knockout. It was the 11th round stoppage, like a body shot, I think. Hey, for Caleb to be up there for 11 rounds with Canelo, I tip my hat to that, man. Canelo's brutal. To get in there and just punch your arms off. But that's getting a little ahead of me. Yeah, Angie. But either way, I wanted to talk about it, Essentially, Crawford's going up in 2 weight classes. I seen the weigh-in. He's looking healthy. He's looking real healthy. He almost looks like that would be his fighting weight. Almost. Because he sounds like, I don't know if you'll follow any of those bodybuilding channels. They would call it puffy. His body looks a little puffed. I don't know how to explain it. It's like so I'm sure the workouts he was doing, the legal supplemental intake for, I'm sure he's taking some form of creatine. Because you got to remember Canelo, yeah, you got to remember Canelo is actually younger than Crawford. It feels the other way around a little bit, like Canelo feels like he's older than Crawford. But yeah, so it's it's difficult. It's not impossible, but it is difficult, gain a lot more muscle as you age too. Salute. Yeah, if I'm a little slow reading, I just the phone's right next to me in the truck, I think this is going to be I think it's going to go. I think it's a 12-round decision, honestly. I just don't see both of them in this one fight going in there and, letting this be the end-all, be-all deciding fight match. That's the only thing about this match that doesn't feel like that. So yeah, for this one, I'm predicting a 12-round decision, and I think Canelo will edge the decision. I'm rooting for Crawford though. I'm hoping I'm hoping he can pull out a W. But this really feels more like a series right now. I'm not gonna lie, especially with the Netflix deal. Like this could be one of those decision uh, ties. You know, similar to what Canelo went through with the Golovkin situation. Uh, that would be really rare for a fighter to experience that multiple times in their career. But I think it's going decision. Um, I think Canelo can definitely punch, but I don't know if it'll be what it takes to knock Crawford out. Enough power to overshadow some rounds. Yeah, I can see that. You know what I mean? I think it's going to come more to the first 5 rounds of the match. You know what I'm saying? If you eyeball the first 5 rounds, that's probably who's going to be taking the card. Appreciate that, Angie. I pin it right now, but I feel like if I hit something on my phone as I'm driving, it's going to just do something funky. But I do think there's probably a little bit more money into like a rematch if it came to decision. You know, if it, you just think about it. You know, even if it was Crawford with decision, people would still argue, oh, Canelo could still this, that, So I think I think there's going to be a second fight, really. And I know we haven't even got to the first yet, but I think this matchup could be a possible, ongoing one. You know what I'm saying? Gangsta. Gangsta isn't my bad, Gangsta. My bad. I thought that was Angie. It's weird when it's on the phone. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to explain that. I got the phone horizontal, so when I seen the writing, I thought that was just Angie right now. Salute, dang. Appreciate you stopping in. Dope person too, Angie. Uh, talented, and she's just very, very loyal person. I mean, just it's like her embedded in her character DNA. Um, Crawford has the tools though to really pull this fight off. He does have the tools. Um, for all we know, even his Philly shell defense is just gotten that much stronger as well since the Earl fight. You know, uh, the Earl fight, that was like a master class. You know what I mean? Okay, Angie Fam Jams. Okay. Um, that's dope. Before B. uh, yeah, I'm driving too right now. Dang. I'll show you. Well, no, in a second. I want to get want to hit the 55 first because the 91 to the 55 right now is crazy. I know you're not in the region area. I know that. All the Cali, all the Cali people know what's up. But the Canelo Crawford too kind of leads into the other fight that's kind of going down on the YouTube streets. The Jones and Head Ice. But before we get to that, I've been there boxing. One second. I'm trying to be Crawford the best switch. Oh yeah, that's a great. Uh, yes, that's a great point to make. Crawford is a switch fighter. So switch fighters, there's two styles basically in boxing. Well, it's technically three, I guess. Switch fighters. But traditionally, depending on they go by the rule of thumb, depending on are you right-handed or left-handed. If you're primarily right-handed, you're typically an orthodox style fighter. If you're left-handed, you're typically southpaw. And that's a great point. Yeah, he does. He does fight both styles. I see him utilizing a lot of the Philly shell in this fight, though. I think in this fight, he's going to really try to outbox Canelo. So, and we got to remember, too, Canelo's aiming for the shoulders and the arms. I mean, ideally, of course, the boxers, if they'll just punch you in the head as many times as they can, they're going to. But, a pro fight another pro, the pros are going to put their hands up. And that's the thing with Canelo. He's just ready to start punching the arms. I mean? I look at Canelo's style going in there, man. He's like he punishes people. You know, it's like you're gonna go in there. You could get knocked out, but at a minimum, he's gonna go in there and just punish you. You know. So that's why I'm saying, like, with Crawford, especially if there's a lot of monetary value into the second fight in the future, you take the first fight to basically, you know what I mean, get your feet wet kind of thing. Get that timing down on Canelo. Because we got to remember, timing is what destroyed, metaphorically, YouTube, destroyed Earl Spence. I think that was the first compliment Earl was given to Crawford after the fight. Was just basically, he had my timing down. So that is involved in a boxer's IQ, you know? That's studying their tapes and their habits and their when they punch, you know? If Crawford, in theory, has been working on sparring with people that he's trying to get similar timing down with Canelo, and he's going in there and got that timing down like he did against Earl, ooh, it could be a long night for Canelo. I'll tell you that right now. It could be a long night. But Canelo's smart as well. You know, he's a thoroughbred boxer. You know, he comes from boxing. It's in his genes. So Canelo's able to adapt in the ring is what I'm trying to get at. See, this is what I'm talking about. Might have to put the camera on real quick. This is the 91, man. I'm telling y'all, man. Damn construction. Yeah, quit this already. You know what really grinds my gears? Construction at 11 p.m. at night. Look, everybody's leaving the building now because of construction. Thank you, construction. But anyways, yeah, that could be a lethal combination for Crawford. And then the other side of that is, someone saying, well, Canelo doesn't hit like Earl. It's true, though. You know, that is true. Canelo got a wicked left body hook. Wicked. So, like I said, like he goes in there, he leaves a mark. You know what I mean? He's in there to leave a mark on somebody. But I'll be honest, I don't know. I think Crawford's you can't mark out Crawford. I mean, it's just a dope fight. You know, uh, Saudis are making big moves, big moves. Making waves for the boxing. Outside of that, they're making waves in buying some of the esports. I don't know if y'all follow that. Some big news going on with that. You know what I mean? The Saudis bought out the Capcom. It's a lot of digital future investing, basically. But that's a different talk. You know what I mean? Man, I got going so many talks. Yeah, I mean, so many deep water talks with y'all. You know what I mean? I mean, realistically, I mean, you get some good insight right now. You take some of these points, you argue some of these points with someone with the Canelo, they'd be like, damn, you follow boxing at least, you know what I mean? That's a whole fact. Shut down 3 lanes over here on the 91. But appreciate y'all sticking this out. You know what? I'm just gonna talk about it. You know, the head ice and Sirius Jones thing is crazy. This is crazy. I'm sure they're talking about it on IGs, but I'm not on the IGs. But honestly, I kind of expected more blogger talk from this right now because there's two folds happening and simultaneously within it being folded in front of us. And what does that mean, Nathan? Let me break it down real quick. You got Head Ice. You got Sirius Jones. He's making some serious accusations. And in some instances, it does come off as, I guess you would say, valid because, oh man, they pull someone over real quick. The valid, 'cause he's in Harlem. Now, this is the thing, though. This is the thing. This is the thing. I even thought it's like an unwritten rule, though, that, 55, are you kidding me? 55. Why are we in dead traffic right now? Anyways, get your mind off the traffic, A fan, at 11 o'clock at night. So, this is the thing. With those kind of even allegations, I thought paperwork is mandatory, though, for stuff like that. because those are under the realms of, quote unquote, exposing somebody, exposing them. So he's kind of moving right now with no paperwork. That's the crazy part. I mean, obviously, what they're saying to each other is crazy, you know. Uh, but just going off of neighborhood hearsay, and don't get me wrong, neighborhood hearsay is not like, oh, there's never right. That's not true at all, folks. That is not true at all. The streets know what the streets know. You know what I mean? The streets know. So I don't think damn, so this almost looks like a DUI checkpoint on the 55 right now. If I wasn't live right now, maybe I should just mute it up and just fuck. Never mind. I'm sorry. I almost cursed right there. They're just doing a job, fans. They just getting their construction on, constructing the road. Fair enough, fan. No reason to roll your window down and curse them out, right? So that was my whole thing. Back to that. That was my whole thing. So I thought even in, quote unquote, the dirty sector too, that at a minimum they got to have paperwork, you know. So that was my take on the Ice and Jones. I don't hear a lot of people saying it on that part. I mean, there's really not a whole lot of people even talking about it. And it's opportune time if you think about it because they're both battle rappers that are taking it to a level where it's way different. Yeah, man. Because this can go left. But Head Ice's responses has been crazy. His first response was in the Bronx. There's a response, and then his next one wasn't even live. So I do think there's some validity, though, that, you know what I mean? He might not be a wolf. That's big news. I don't know if y'all. That's what I'm saying. I'm surprised that more bloggers talking about it. That's kind of some big news, you know what I mean? Well, at a minimum, Head Ice would be under that category they say is one strong aspect would be believability. At a minimum. You know what I mean? Believability. Uh, uh, a strength Head Ice has been using for years. And what's the believability, A-Fed? That he kind of run in the street, allegedly. Not doing nothing illegal. I ain't snitching or nothing. But he's not flying the friendly skies. You get what I'm saying? Like he's not trying to be a pilot or something. You know what I mean? Flying through the streets. And come to find out he might not be a wolf. And it might be part of the reason he ain't even go live in Harlem. But he did the video. He did a video. Super early. We're talking waste management time hours. You know what I mean? When the dumpster man starting to shift, respectfully, dumpster man. Early at the crack of dawn, donuts are barely being made in Harlem. And Head Ice did a video at that time. They were still needing the donuts. So that looked crazy. On top of what he's being called. Like, golly. I don't know how you ain't talk about all this stuff, you know what I mean? And I'm talking about like y'all, like everybody, you know what I mean? Everybody. To like the Piper Boys, to the everybody's, you know what I mean? It's kind of like some big news. Everybody's just like, oh yeah, Jones is just talking. Jones is talking heavy. Just seen a video on it. He just did another response on Angry Fan. Basically brought Angry Fan up to date with what's going on. I tell you this though, Jones make a strong argument though. He's smart. You know what I mean? Like you could just tell he knows how to talk. You know what I mean? Oh, son of a. No worries. Well, that sucks. Drop the pin in liquid. Ah. It's gonna electrocute me if I take it. Ah, that's good. It's good. It's all no worries. So nah, but for real though, with the head ice, he ain't a wolf no more. That should be like battle rap news. You imagine having a wolf shirt and you'd be like, oh son of a bitch, so I gotta burn this shirt now? Bruce Lee stopping through in a way. Also fight. Yes, sir. That's a hard fight to catch. Pause. West Coast time, if I'm not mistaken, because they're fighting, I believe, like in Japan or something, right? It'd be like 4 a.m. I think it's 6 a.m. for the West Coast or East Coast or something like that. It's early Sunday morning fight. I like Inouye's fights. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie though. I'll try to get the bootleg for that one. Yeah, ain't no way though. I fuck with it. I like his fundamentals. I like Inouye's fundamentals. He's just a real clean fighter. You know what I mean? Always got his hands up for the most part. And it's that his foot position, really. Get those great fundamentals you're gonna have great foundation for your feet. Believe it or not, it's where all his majority 99% of his power is coming from. It's from his feet. That's how he punches so hard. And a God given gift, that everybody's bestowed with power, you know. So yeah, he's definitely been given a gift for power. And those fundamentals are locked in. That's why his 1-2s alone are deadly. Oh, come on, folks! The 5 freeway down. Ah, I can't believe it. I have to go on the 405. What is going on this Friday night? Okay, what's going on? Can you hear me? What's going on? Yeah, there's a whole lot of traffic in tonight. I don't know why. But yeah, sometimes I sing melodies myself to calm myself down when I'm driving. That's a whole fact. Okay. Um, I'm sure though. All right, I can see the chat now. I'm not driving on the 5. That 5 always bad. I know, bro. I'm in Irvine right now. 11:30 at night. Running into damn traffic. Oh, woe is you, A fan. Woe is you. Get over it. All right, fair enough. I'll get over it. So, yeah, if you watch Canelo's fights, I mean, Canelo's Inoue's fights, his feet are always planted. I mean, he's ready to go. I like him as a fighter. Pause. Like it's like he has like a different spirit when it comes into against his opponents. If I'm not mistaken, too, I think people are like kind of referring to him in Japan to like a Goku kind of thing. I don't know. He seems a little. I don't know. Maybe a little bit, I guess. But oh yeah, tonight got some Panda Express. You guys ever get to try the Beijing beef? It's pretty good. Beijing beef. We going through the 5 right now. I mean the 5. Irvine. I was going on the 5 south. Now I got to go through Irvine to get on the 405. Take that south home now. Drive safe out there. Buckle up your seatbelt, folks. I went on a hike this week. It was called Car Wreck. How ironic. I'm known to crash out. Just to make my point, I might spaz now. Uh-huh. A-Fed, bar for bar. They just a cash cow. Oh, wait. He's still cooking. Like hibachi. But you know what? We ain't here for that. We here for the Crawford Canelo talk. We had a dope weigh in. And if you don't mind, if you choose to, go ahead and weigh in. Who y'all got? I will read that in just a second. As soon as I get to a red light. Problem. It's a lot of words. Hold on. Let me see. Damn, nightstick's not working anyways. I just don't see it. Gabe Cardenas. Oh, 1 second. Hold on. So I see the comment. I appreciate it. Let me get through this intersection safely, driving, of course. All right, coming to a complete stop. At a complete stop right now. And now take a quick look at this message. I don't see it. Crawford's last fight, 154. Slow. Can't see him moving good. 68. I hear you now. Can't see him moving and went. Yeah, yeah. That's what I was saying in the weigh-in. You could tell He's working to get that mass. You know, um, shoulders. You can see it in the shoulders. You can see it in his arms. Uh, his his center got a little bit bigger, so the mass is really coming from, I'm assuming now, probably legs, arms, and shoulders. Um, but when you've had the weight on for a minute and the muscles already been kind of developed and you're getting ready for your your fight, you're gonna have a bit more striations in your muscles. No, I didn't make the word up, but you're gonna have a little bit more striations. That muscle's already been defined for a minute, and when you're weighing in, you're typically, dehydrating yourself. You're limiting food, you're limiting liquids, and you're dropping weight. And when the water's leaving your body, that's when you can kind of see the striations in your muscles kind of stand out a little bit more, you know? So if that were evident in the weigh-in and on camera, we would have seen more striations. So it's one thing to kind of keep your eyes on. Okay, so what would that mean to anybody right now if they didn't know what striations were? So an example of striations and where it would stand out, especially in the way that boxers will typically flex on the weigh-ins. They put traditional strongman pose. Yeah, I mean, and it's like lines. You'll see like lines on the outside of your skin when you're flexing primarily. Sorry about that. Just try to follow the traffic and talk at the same time. I wonder why the light didn't turn green. Okay, so yeah, what I'm trying to say is that he's takes a lot of work to get added weight, a lot of protein eating, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, it's motivating outside of the fact that realistically, there's not a whole lot of fights. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. And if it wasn't for Saudi money, right? Are you all right? So we're gonna flip this right now. Sorry, I have literally come to like every road tonight. We're hitting some more traffic. Yeah, you mean more road closures? That's a whole fact, A-Fed. Buckle up. Buckle the fuck up. Uh, can't make it up sometimes. I just left the 5 right now for this to be closed. Use the detour. Oh, oh my goodness. What the freaking F and so Oh my gosh, bros and females. I freaking hate Cal. Why? All right, you know what? I'm about to go. Uh, it has taken me over an hour to drive 54 miles. Mathematically, I don't think y'all understand. If the average rate of speed is close to 70 miles per hour, how long mathematically should it take you to arrive somewhere? If it's 54 miles away, oh my gosh. Uh, dude, this is why on Fridays I we don't even go to Rancho and certain places anymore every Friday. We will be leaving the house at 6 p.m. and we're not back home until midnight typically. And that's our Friday evening, 6 hours. And half of those hours are on the road. I don't think y'all heard that. Oh, I would already be at home right now, bros. My bad. Okay. I'm kind of losing my train of thought right now because I'm having a detour for the third time on this road trip home. I would already be home by now. Bros, I hit the road at 10:45, bros, when this live started. Oh my. So I'm gonna kind of let it go now. You know, these signal lights are the, you know what? No, you know what? No, no, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's not. I'm not gonna get all a fan right now. I can. I'm not gonna let this. I mean, it's kind of almost like walking down the street. It's not like that at all. So, so, so I'd be at home right now. I'd at least have a few more other thoughts to talk about, but think I am going to literally have to end this now so that I can use my phone to get the right street direction to get back on the 405 because it was detoured. Love it. I love life. So it's all good. Um, I'm going to catch all of y'all on the next episode of Don't Go Right. You know what I mean? Tonight's episode was brought to you by California motherfucking traffic. You can detour everybody at midnight. Hey, hey, hey. Half of the other people are probably drunk on the road. You guys want to do all these technical things? Yeah, we do. See, there goes my cynical side. So I ain't gonna try to make nobody say. I hope you have a great night, folks. I'm hoping within the next 30 minutes to an hour, I'm home. Just a quick 2 hour ride home. Yeah. All right, so we out. Um, If you're out on the road, follow all the signals. Keep you cool on the road. Keep you cool on these YouTube streets. We'll be at home right now, folks. Kicking back. Be having a snack right now. Pause. Be having something to eat right now. But it's all good in the hood. I'm just going through a few detour streets. And I'm about to make a left turn. And if the 5 is detoured this far, I'm going to slam this phone on the motherfucking concrete. And I'm going to shatter this phone into fucking 40 million. Okay, there we go. See, the on ramp is working. Awesome. So, hope you had a great night. Hope you learned something. And I learned the roads out here are abysmal. So that's all we got to do.